All right, B. Slade. Mike's hot. We are back. Coming out of the commercial break. We've been talking about it. I've been talking about it for the last 20 minutes or so. It's a special Muay Thai metal show. It's the Dirty Looks event with drummer Gene Barnett. Gene, welcome to the show.
What's the event?
It is the Gene Barnett Dirty Looks show.
Welcome to the Muay Thai Metal Studios event.
You are the event, Gene.
Uh-oh.
You're the guy. Welcome. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm good.
Good.
Very nice to be here.
This is great, man. The original drummer from Dirty Looks.
I like that you have light brights.
It's great, man. It's great. We've got Byron Slade here. He's still here. He finally got Gene out of the Muay Thai Metal Lounge. Karen, the Metal Mistress, has made an appearance. Karen, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Surprise guest showing up to see and hear this awesome interview the Muay Thai Metal guys are going to do in moments.
Ron, you'd be surprised to know there's a green room here.
Yes, there is a green room. Let's get right to it, B. Slade. Again, we're sitting with drummer Gene Barnett from the band Dirty Looks. He's also played with Lillian Axe and more recently Dr. Butcher. Gene, let's go way back. I know there's a lot of recent history. There's some, mid-range history. Why don't we go way back? Why the drums? How did you start with the drums?
Because of Ringo.
No kidding.
Pretty much. The parents, for some reason, they were not musical, but they dumped me in front of the TV when the Beatles were on and when Buddy Rich was on and when The Who was on.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I was like a 2-year-old embryonic little pile of nothing on the floor watching great music. And for someone, it just crept into my whole system, and I was bitten by drum bugs early.
Yeah, you just knew from there that was, if there was going to be an instrument, that was going to be the instrument.
Yeah, really wasn't a choice. It was just, that's what happened, and that's what I started doing, and I beat on everything and annoyed my parents for years.
No kidding. So how old when you got your first drum kit?
I was 5.
Wow.
So I beat on the Maxwell House cans and the pots and pans, and just it must have been horrible for my poor mom.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, so the 5th year Christmas, I got a drum kit, and that was about the time when they plopped me in front of The Who on TV, and I saw Keith Moon destroy his drums. So I, in my very limited wisdom, I took my kit out on the front porch, and I did exactly what Keith Moon did
to
his drum set, and I destroyed it. And my parents came home from work and saw my brand new Christmas kit on the front yard and just destroyed.
Wow, incredible. Yeah. So did they, now I have to ask the question, did they get you another one?
No, they did not.
They did not?
Nope. And so I had to wait until I was 8 to finally get a snare drum.
No kidding.
Yeah, so that wasn't very smart, but it was very rock and roll, and that just never left.
That's really cool, man. And I also have to ask, the original, before you destroyed it, was it just the snare, the hi-hat, maybe one cymbal?
It was the typical plastic metal, very thin, couple of kicks on the kick pedal, and you bust through the head.
Okay.
Snare, tom, everything was attached to the kick drum.
Right.
Yeah, it got destroyed quite easily.
Wow, that's cool. Very cool. All right, folks, great night here at the Muay Thai Metal Show. Talking to Gene Barnett, drummer from Dirty Looks. B. Slade, jump on in. What do you want to ask?
Wow, Ron, that was a great little opening there, Gene, and I want to thank you for coming to the Muay Thai Metal Show studios. Gene, how did we arrive? Just walk us through. You were playing in a couple other bands leading up to the event that announced you being introduced as the Dirty Looks new drummer. Can you help us understand that?
I don't quite understand your question. A couple of bands before Dirty Looks?
Yeah, I was under the impression that you were in a
I was in a lot of bands.
Can you help me understand a couple of those bands?
The one before Dirty Looks was a band called Strong Arm. Let's see. Before
that was the one I heard you talking about in the green room.
Right. That's the band that had me most gigging in the area and then got me out in the Baltimore scene, where I met a guy named Jack Dean.
Oh, so it was Jack Dean, and then
Jack Dean hooked me up with Dirty Looks.
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier. It was a birthday party.
No, I was at the Seagull Inn. My band Strong Arm played there a lot. And so every time you would go and hang out waiting to play, you'd look at the Maryland musician and the Pennsylvania musician, and there was an ad in there for a band. And it just looked more professional than any of the other things in the area. And it was more professional than the band I was in that we only played one original song. And it was so sad that we only played one original song that in our set list, it wasn't even titled. It was like all of our covers, which were like Priest and Sabbath and Maiden and all that good, and Accept and all that good stuff. And then, like in the middle of the set, it said original. And that just kind of sucked. So what turned the corner? Where did the call come in from that phase? That someone was looking for a drummer for Dirty Looks. Well, so they somehow got in touch with Jack Dean, and Jack Dean gave them a drummer, and it was actually A.D. Adams from Monarch. And so I was talking to Jack one night, and he's like, "Oh yeah, they called me," and I turned him on. And so I kind of got a little mad, and I threatened his life. And I said, well, they're going to probably call you back soon. So when they do, if you don't tell them to audition me, I'll kill you.
Nice.
And so he did. And I went up and auditioned.
I knew I loved Dirty Looks for a reason.
Well, I just wanted to be in that gig. I needed to play in an original band. I wanted to get, out of. I didn't want to not so much get out of Baltimore. I just needed to get into a real band playing their own music.
So this whole thing went down with Jack Dean, and you got the call.
Yeah,
and it said, "Come up to New York."
Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania.
Selinsgrove is where it all started.
Yeah, where it all began. So I loaded up my crap in a van and hauled it up 2.5 hours away, and
you walked out of the door, and boom, there's Henrik Ostergaard.
Henrik and Jack. Yep.
Henrik and Jack Pyers. Wow.
It was pretty funny. I call it the Pyers Farm. And so basically, they're like, here's the room set up here, and there was a record player in it with the In Your Face, the Dirty Looks album before Cold from the Wire, actually before I Want More. And so they said, here, play this and learn it. I'm like, okay. So there was no hey, we're going to send you this music and you're going to come up at the audition and you're going to play it. They're like, no, you're just going to listen to it right now.
Yeah, the drop in your lap technique.
Yeah. And so listen to that and bring us back when you're ready. So I learned it. They came back. We played through it all, and they offered me the gig.
Wow. This is going to get real interesting, folks. I want you to stick around to get more of how Cool from the Wire was made. We're going to be right back as soon as Gene gives me a song to play. What do you want to hear, Gene?
It's a Bitch.
It's a Bitch. We're going to drop It's a Bitch right now. It's Ron Mano. It's Byron Slade and Karen the Metal Mistress. We're sitting in the studio with Dirty Looks on the Muay Thai Metal Show right here on 97underground.com.
And it wasn't my choice to cut It's a Bitch from our Selinsgrove set list.
Do you really
97underground.com, Baltimore's pure rock worldwide.
Do anything to that yet?
The band Dirty Looks, song called It's a Bitch. It's our Dirty Looks show with drummer Gene Barnett.
It was a bitch.
I bet it was, Gene.
You don't even know.
At times it probably got pretty hairy, didn't it?
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, there was a lot of hair back then, but yeah, you're rather hairy too.
I'm sure. Well, I tell you what, we'll get into that. Let's not get into the band politics just yet.
Oh, we're not gonna.
Okay, we're not going to get in at all? Okay.
That's why Karen's here. So when I get too far into that, then
she gets to reel you back out?
I get the crack, yeah.
Oh, there you go, man. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's talk about Cool from the Wire. What do you say?
Yeah, let's.
What was the recording process like for that album?
Well, that was pretty amazing because it was recorded by Max Norman.
Okay.
So when I was, I don't know, I guess 14 or 15 when Blizzard of Oz came out, and that was my favorite album, and Randy Rhoads was everybody's favorite guitar player.
Right, so you're talking 1979.
Was it?
Yeah. I believe.
Seriously?
Yeah, because I was in my first year of high school. I remember it just sticks in my head. I remember. I
don't like those numbers. So
I don't either, but yeah, so it's reality.
I think Blizzard of Oz came out like a few years ago, and so anyway, I worshiped that album, and everybody loved Randy Rhoads because there was no one better at the time, and so when I found, getting signed to Atlantic Records was amazing. And that happened at my 21st birthday party, so that was a pretty good party. And then when I found out that Max Norman was going to be producing it, then, mind blown. Because, that's like a dream.
Of course.
That album is so influential to everything I did at that time in my life. And then there I was, sitting with Max Norman.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we had a club in Pennsylvania that we rented out, and we set up on stage like at a gig, and there was Max Norman on stage just like you at a desk. And so we're playing the songs, and our teacher, Max Norman, was sitting at the desk watching us, taking little notes, and tweaking, helping us tweak out and fine tune our songs that were already. Henrik had these songs for Cool from the Wire, most of them. They've already been on previous albums.
Okay.
And so, we get a great producer now, and then he just comes in and puts his touches on, tries to elevate them a little bit so they're just as good as they can be. And so that was pretty amazing. Just you're sitting on stage and Max Norman is there critiquing everything that you do.
I'm sure. So, all right. So Henrik actually had most of these songs already lined up at that point.
Yeah, they've got quite a bit of use at that point.
Okay. But was it with a band called Dirty Looks at the time?
Oh, yeah. Henrik had Dirty Looks going. There was about 3 albums before In Your Face. Like, he came up to Pennsylvania, hooked up with Jack Pyers, and then put out In Your Face with a drummer from Erie and I think some other Erie session guys. And then Jack's, they set up home base around Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And so, but I don't, right now I'm brain farting on like the Dirty Looks discography. But he was out in San Francisco. He had an album out there. But since the beginning, a few of the Cool from the Wire songs were on other albums.
Okay.
And but I joined around '86, and then we constantly played. And so all of those songs, they were just so road tested and tight.
Right.
But so then Max came in and put his little Max Norman sparkle on top of it. And
that's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
That's cool. So what's your favorite song to play, would you say? I'm probably putting you on the spot, but...
Come On, Frenchie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Well, Turn of the Screw, they're all new songs. And so that was a lot of fun.
You just got hit with a Ron Mano curveball. You were talking about Cool from the Wire, Ron. He just flipped the script and hit you with something off Turn of the Screw.
It's awesome, man. It's awesome.
Ow, Karen, that was...
You never know what's going to happen in the studio in the Muay Thai Metal Show.
All right, so should I... Oh, Ruby probably is my favorite song from Cool from the Wire.
Okay, well that's cool. No, I just meant of all time. I mean, you know, but
And since everybody's talking about Cool from the Wire, I mean, what about B. Slade's favorite song, Ron? What is it?
What is that?
I don't know. You tell us.
Can't Take My Eyes Off of You.
Oh, yeah, that's
Come
right.
on,
Yeah,
man.
right.
It's the greatest jam.
You were just talking about that in the green room at the Muay Thai Metal Studios. The green room.
Bravo.
That's awesome. Good
He
stuff.
got a little nugget of information about that song too.
Go ahead, man. Lay it on us.
I don't know if I can.
You can.
Well, okay, so
Go ahead.
long story short, that was supposed to be the first single from Cool from the Wire,
Okay.
and that got nixed pretty hard.
Got nixed by the label. Got nixed by Henrik.
Got nixed by Henrik.
Wow.
He didn't think it was cool enough or heavy enough or whatever enough.
Would you say, Gene, it caused kind of a riff at Atlantic?
Caused kind of a rift in the band. I mean, when you put an album out, you kind of want the strongest, best single that the label is willing,
Very true.
wanting to work for you.
Very
And then,
true.
so it's like, nope, first single, Ruby.
No kidding.
And there it was.
Wow. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I'm Ron Mano. My sidekick is Byron Slade. The person you're hearing doing a ton of talking right now is none other than the drummer from Dirty Looks, Mr.
Bad
Gene
guitar.
Barnett. And guitar. He actually play a little guitar for us,
No,
Gene.
and bad guitar.
But you're actually pretty good, man. Play us a little. Yeah, there you go.
Just a creepy little thing. Next question.
Wow, we're getting live guitar from Gene Barnett from Dirty Looks.
I got my drums in
Yep.
the car. I thought this was going to be a clinic.
Yeah.
On
Well,
the roadie. Get the roadie in here, Ron.
Gene's got the drums in the trunk. Get them out now. All right. So you want to jump the turn of the screw?
Whatever you want to do.
All right. Turn of the
Are
screw.
we done with Cool from the Wire?
Well, I mean, we could talk more about it. I mean, did you write it all on that, or was it sounds to me like? I mean,
Oh, I should have done the homework of like what songs. Like Cool from the Wire is definitely new. Probably It's a Bitch, Get Off. Yeah, it's kind of like half of that album was already done.
okay.
And half we wrote while we were touring.
How much did you actually, contribute to the writing process, Gene?
We wrote a lot in rooms together. Like mainly Henrik would come in a riff, and we just jump on it, and pretty soon a song was born.
That's pretty cool,
Didn't
man.
take a lot of. I mean, there was a formula. We were together for like 4 or so years. We really knew each other well.
So you knew each other's tendencies, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I mean, you know what kind of band you are, and we were pretty set and all that. So there wasn't a lot of intricate things and nuances and special touches. Like we just came out and threw a kick-ass song down and moved on.
Right. Yeah, I got you.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah, sure is. All right. Well, I tell you what. Why don't we take a quick break? You want to, do some Dirty Looks? You got something in mind, or you want to do something from Cool from the Wire? You want to,
Did we just do Cool from the Wire? No, we did Come On Frenchie.
Yeah.
Let's do It's a Bitch.
We did It's a Bitch last time.
We did It's a Bitch. Cut him off of that Old Bones whiskey he's drinking.
It's called Iron Horse, for God's sakes.
Iron
Old
Horse,
Bones.
old crossbones, and
Isn't Iron Smoke, actually?
Hey, look. Gene's never been down the Muay Thai Metal Show rabbit hole yet.
he's getting ready to hit me over the head with a 6-string.
All right, let's try that again. Let's do one from Cool from the Wire, Gene. What do you think? You got one in mind?
Now let's do Come On Frenchie.
You want to do Come On Frenchie?
Yeah.
Let's do Come On Frenchie. It's right here and right now at the Muay Thai Metal Show on 97underground.com, Baltimore's pure rock worldwide. 97underground.com, Baltimore's pure rock worldwide. Jam called Come On Frenchie. That's from Dirty Looks, because myself, Ron Mano, and my friend Byron
Hey,
Slade.
Ron, did you know she took her tongue?
Well, thank you for giving that lyric shot to us there, B. Slade. And as I was going to say, the reason we're doing Dirty Looks is because we are sitting with the drummer from Dirty Looks, Mr. Gene Barnett. Gene, we are back. Great song, Come On Frenchie.
My
You
favorite.
picked it. His favorite to drum on. What's your favorite guitar lick Dirty Looks song?
I know more about her tongue than Beastly.
Ah.
Just to throw that out there.
Hey, Ron, I told you.
Oh, we're with rock royalty right now. You didn't expect to hear that? Come on.
I want more.
Yeah. No, you're not getting more. Gene's already said there's certain things you can't ask Gene.
Any good Dirty Looks people knows there's an album called I Want More, Ron.
I get that, B. Slade. All right, Gene, back to it.
Sure you do.
Do you
Back-
guys have that one here?
I can get it.
I didn't bring it. Sorry.
That's fine. It's fine.
Where's your turntable set up?
B. Slade,
I'm not seeing that.
we don't have a turntable.
Welcome to the digital world.
I'm bringing my turntable next time.
That sounds like a good thing.
Better have some inputs ready.
I have one at the Ron Mano house, but that does us no good in the Muay Thai Metal Studios.
I bet it's a Techniques, isn't it?
It's
Mine?
actually a Gerard.
Oh, I have one of those.
Do you have a
I've got a
Gerard?
Techniques too.
Gerard's a great turntable. All right, Gene.
You asked me about my favorite guitar part.
Your favorite guitar Dirty Look song. And if it's the same as Frenchie with the drums, that because it was in sync. Yeah, I'm just trying to throw some stuff out there, get some of the stuff to get the listeners to get to know you a little bit better.
I like the Cool from the Wire riff, probably the best.
Do you really?
But,
Cool.
the lead break in Always a Loser is my favorite because I was part of creating that.
Oh, nice.
There's like a creepy atmospheric guitar part in the breakdown. And a friend of mine who was the first insanely good shred type Yngwie level guitar player is from Baltimore. His name's David Barber.
Okay.
You ever hear him?
I have.
Spectacular guitar player. My first mind blowing, holy shit, this guy is ridiculous, superstar
Right.
level at age 19. And so he showed me this one harmonic volume guitar technique, and then I showed it to Paul, and then Paul put it on the album.
No kid.
Can you elaborate on, is that the beginning of that song?
That's the middle breakdown.
The middle breakdown, but that the one that has that fainting opening riff on Turn of the Screw, it sounds like a tap on a prejudice.
I think that's Have Some Balls, maybe?
It may. We're gonna dig that up on the next break.
All right, B. Slade, going
we're
down
gonna-
the rabbit hole again.
And we're going to play Always a Loser later, too,
Yes, we are.
so you can hear that cool part.
It's a great jam. It's a great jam. That's cool. And just because you threw it out there, whatever happened to Dave Barber?
Dave Barber makes phenomenal boutique guitar pedals.
No kidding.
No kidding. And that can be seen on Bruce Springsteen stages, in Steely Dan guitar rigs.
Wow.
He's really hit his stride. He's world renowned. Everybody loves his pedals.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, he's super cool.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Look him up.
We certainly will. That's for darn side sure. All right, we've got a couple of minutes left, so we're getting into a break. We're gonna do Take What You Get. We'll do that shortly. Tell us a little bit about that song.
I also brought a CD over with some Dave Barber guitar playing on it. But
Did you really?
we'll probably not get into that this time, but maybe somewhere down the road.
Well, we still have another hour. We have time. It will go fast, but we have time. So tell us a little bit about Take What You Get. How did that come about? Do you recall? Am I putting you on the spot?
No, it's just the writing sessions for Turn of the Screw were pretty strange. We had
Okay.
rented a room in a business office. So it was just the most boring, stagnant, nothing to do except sit in a cramped little place. And imagine in a room like this,
Okay.
you crammed all your shit in and you're like, okay, we're writing an album now.
Wow.
And that's what we did. So the writing sessions for Turn of the Screw were not fun.
Okay.
But the songs that came out of that, and a lot of them, we got a lot of the riffs on the Core from the Wire tour.
Okay.
So when we came off the road, we were pretty much ready to get in there and get the songs written. But it was about the most uncool, non-rock and roll way to write such a kick-ass rock and roll album. But yeah, it was so boring.
Well, but that's the beauty.
I should make up something like, oh yeah, we flew to Paris and
right.
we got put up in Miles Davis's big penthouse there, and we just had a year just to write leisurely, just explore the Parisian
Everything was
terrain.
great.
It was really nice. Like everything we wanted was right there.
That's cool, man. But honestly, though, isn't that the beauty of it when you look back? Like you said, such an uncool setting, but what a kick-ass album came out of that crazy little room.
Don't talk about Paris like that. It was really nice.
Okay. We're talking to Gene Barnett. He's the original drummer from the band Dirty Looks, and we'll be right back.